Hi guys, hope that you had an enjoyable day. So we are looking at DXY and Euro dollar and British pound US dollar. We can see that DXY, as expected, managed to break this significant support level here. Long term picture, we can the market has broken back below with a stronger momentum here. And with this breakdown on DXY, in fact, the market now showing that potentially to move in the major direction of the trend. So that being said, let's see that multiple analysis, multiple time frame, looking at the monthly chart here on DXY. We can see that from the monthly perspective, this is the monthly price action where there is a stronger monthly bear candle, followed by we can see that this is the another monthly price action where there is a significant break of structure from this monthly high on DXY. And as the price breaking this monthly support, we could see the price potentially continue to drop back to this monthly support, or even potentially to create a new lower low in this market. If we look at the weekly perspective here, as expected, we can see that the market from the weekly maintaining this series of lower high, and with a long week doji, we can see that series of lower high formation from the weekly, showing that DXY may potentially to trend back down here to this support level. From the long term picture, we can see that it is still maintaining that bear market, and we can expect the price to come down and fill that imbalance in the market. Now, dropping down to the daily to see the multiple aspect of DXY, we can see that this is the weekly close with the daily close, and after this initial pullback here that we can see on DXY, the market has made its daily bearish move with a gap open today. The price has tested this upper shadow of this daily price action, and currently the price is maintaining that downtrending market structure here. What I think the price potentially continue to drop here to this monthly support, or even breaking that low further below in that area. Now, from the 4 hour perspective that we can see on DXY, here is the intraday perspective. There was a drop followed by this narrow pullback, another drop. The market is maintaining that series of lower high and lower low, which is in a downtrending market structure. Now, current 4 hour price action that we can see on DXY, which is in fact, if you guys look at it, you can see back to back 2 4 hour doji cross that high, and the market has created this bearish engulfer on the intraday perspective on DXY, showing that this market potentially to remain bearish. This is where, as soon as you see suitable entry opportunity on DXY, we can look for potential selling for this market to drop to this long term support level. Now, looking at euro dollar here on what we can see that in this lower time frame on euro dollar, this is where the monthly price action on euro dollar, from this support level there is a sharp break to the upside with one single move, and with that bounce we could see the market potentially to trend again to the upside to create a new higher high. If we look at the weekly chart here, that you can see from the weekly, quite a few long week candle here, quite a few long week doji from the weekly, followed by weekly doji here with a gap open, and we could see that the market possibly to break to the upside to create a new higher high in this market. Back to back 3 weeks liquidity grab, which is now showing that potential trend continuation here from the weekly. If we look at the daily chart, we can see the same kind of reflection where there was a break of structure, which is very usual for an uptrending market, that breaking below followed by double bottom, and we can see the market now has broken to the upside here to create a new higher high. This is where the daily price action, where the market is potentially to test that low and then reject back again to the upside. Now, looking at the 4 hour chart here, that you can see on euro dollar, which is maintaining an uptrending market structure. This is an impulse correction, which is in another impulsive move, where expecting that euro dollar potentially to retest that support and then continue to trend back here to create a new higher high. This could be the potential wave on euro dollar, expecting the market to trend and then to revert back again to the upside here in this market. Now let's see that GBP USD. Let's see what kind of trading opportunity we can see, like the DXY and euro dollar. GBPUSD as well, showing that long term uptrending market structure that we can see from this monthly support. There is a break to the upside on the monthly, which is showing that GBPUSD maintaining that bullish market structure in this market. If we look at the weekly chart, we can see there is a weekly doji here, which is a very important weekly doji. After this inverted head and shoulder formation from the weekly, the market is maintaining that bullish market structure here, where there is a key level of resistance in this market. Now if we look at the daily chart here on GBPUSD, we can see that from the daily perspective, where there is a daily narrow doji with a one single move back to the upside here on GBPUSD, and where what we can see the price currently from this previous resistance, which is turning support here, and expecting that GBPUSD after retest to trend back here to create a new higher high in this market. Now looking at the 4-hour chart on British pound US dollar, we can see the market is maintaining an uptrend here. We can see that crossover of 10 and 20 EMA, where which break of structure, the market is maintaining that series of higher high and higher low, which is in an uptrending market. And this is the nearest support level here on GBPUSD, expecting this market to come down for a deeper pullback and then to continue to trend back here to create a new higher high in this market. This could be the potential wave on GBPUSD. Traders, I hope that you enjoyed this education and analysis. If you enjoy, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Thank you, and I'll see you soon in my next analysis.